Hey, my anxiety fitness family, we're in Sardinia. I didn't even film that much of the flight this time on an agoraphobic abroad because, you've seen me go through that. It was pretty much the same. I was a bit nervous. Actually, I did pretty okay, but I was a little bit nervous because I had like a pain in the center of my chest, and if you have health anxiety, you know what happened. I was focused on that. I was thinking I was having a heart attack, and all those pains got worked up. But as soon as we got in the air, I just let it happen, and it was okay. Check out the view from this hotel. Look how beautiful that is. And we're about to go out. We rented a car. We're going to go explore now. So I'll take you with me and let's go have some fun. I've got this weird thing where I have to pee every 5 minutes. And I don't know why. I remember this is something that I get when I'm anxious a lot, and I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm going to just keep drinking like normal, and maybe I won't notice, or maybe I can hold it. So I don't know, how many of you out there get that feeling where it's like when you're anxious and you have to pee every 5 minutes and you don't know why, but it just freaks you out because it's like, oh, maybe it means something's wrong. So I have that, but I'm still going to go out and we're still going to drive and do something new. And I think this episode is going to be more about doing new things rather than just the process of like getting on the plane and traveling. So I'm still a little bit nervous driving, but getting used to the roads again. And I'm actually not having the air conditioning on like right away, just to try and get used to feeling that sensation of heat a little bit. So here we go at the roundabout, second exit. So okay, check. So that's straight ahead. Whew. So yeah, I'm nervous, and I'm nervous about this rusty old car, but I think it'll be okay, just as long as I stay on the
1.7 kilometers.
On the right side of the road.
Second exit on SP60.
Right. And I don't have to speed or go as fast as everyone else. I can go as fast as I need to. And when I do start getting a little overwhelmed, as you can see, I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'll put the air conditioning on and, just take the tools I have around me. And yeah, I'm just kind of adapting to how people do it here. One of my biggest fears right now is what if the car breaks down in this middle of the day heat. But, there's a lot of cars on the road, maybe people will stop and help, and that's not something I need to think about now. We have a phone number, and there's nothing I can really do to prepare about it. I can't tell RAC or something, or whatever the equivalent is here, to hey, I'm gonna be on this road, can you come? I hope a lot of bikes here. So, oh shit. Yeah, so look at these people doing bikes in this heat. For me that's crazy, but it's normal. And they're wearing looks like they're wearing these hot things. And these roads on this island don't seem to be massive motorways, which I love. So this type of road, this 2-lane open road, I really like it. You can see everyone's overtaken me as well. Anyway, I think that's enough talking. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna enjoy the road, enjoy the ride, see where we get up to. We're gonna have some lunch, and yeah, follow along. If you have anxiety, if you have agoraphobia, if you have anxiety disorder, hit the like button, follow me, and I'm gonna be doing more journeys like this. I'm trying to just show you that if you have anxiety, if you have agoraphobia like I do, you can still get out there and start recovering like me. I was housebound before, but now I'm going on these adventures, and yeah, we can do this, all of us. So let's go. So I'm walking around now. It's getting a little bit hot, but I'm doing my best to kind of adapt to it. I can handle it, and I'm even wearing this black shirt, which probably wasn't the best choice, but let's keep going. Look at that view. So we just had some ice cream. I've got a bit of a bad tooth at the moment because I had basically a root canal here, and I had the temporary crown fell out just the day before we came. And yeah, so it's a little bit awkward eating and stuff, but that's okay. Another what I would usually consider a barrier but now I'm gonna let this, let's just get on with it. I'm sick of this anxiety ruining my life. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, this is a beautiful view, and I am getting a little bit hot now, so I'm gonna start walking. But so far, so good. Yeah, I'm overheated now and I'm starting to feel worried. So I'm just getting water. Okay. Now I'm starting to feel very on the edge of panic attack. And just trying to get in some shade and away from people's eyes. Yeah, I'm still not used to hot like this, but come. It's like lots of people around. It just doesn't help when I'm feeling in this way. So I'm just gonna sit and have some water, you know. I'm at a close of really on the edge of a panic attack. Yes, I'm gonna have one. I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to do at the minute, because there's two paths now. One is going to be a full panic attack, where I'm pretty sure I have a heat stroke. I brought some stuff with me to cool down. I'm going to wait a little bit so I don't use it unnecessarily. I've got water. I'm in the shade. It's 25 degrees. I can handle that heat. I was wearing a black shirt. Maybe it's not smart, but I don't think a black shirt can just cause you that. And I've seen other people wearing it too. So I don't know if I'm just speaking too much, or yeah, relax. There's out. There's breezes. There's breeze. There's a breeze. And as I just relaxed, then I got worried about even if I do feel better now, when I'm gonna have to move, I'm gonna get hot again, and it's gonna happen all over again. So now I'm wondering. Okay, maybe I should stop wondering about things, because I did say earlier something about it's not about what your brain says, it's about what you do. And my brain says I'm gonna have a heat stroke, and my body feels like it, but it's not necessarily what will happen. Maybe I'll try walking a bit in a second. So I'm going to try and just let whatever has happened. Alright. Okay. So let me show you guys where I am. So we've come to this beach in Porto Conte, I think it's called, in Sardinia, and it's basically right next to this national park. As you can see, I'm in the shade, I'm surrounded by these trees, and if we just go this way, take a look at this. If we just go this way, then look at that. Right here is the beach, and if you look all the way down there, there's another place that's like covered by trees and stuff. So one of the reasons that I find like this is actually really good for if you have anxiety like me is that the tree coverage, basically. I didn't even realize, I've never seen a beach with trees so close to the actual water. So what you can do is, if it's too hot for you, if you're a bit overwhelmed by heat like me, you can start off in the shade, and then after you kind of get comfortable, get used to it, you can move over to the water, and then you can kind of enjoy the sea, and then you can come out, go in the sun a little bit, and basically acclimatize, getting used to the heat. I was just sitting under the sun for for quite like half an hour now, and I started getting like really hot, so I decided I'm gonna make this video and show you guys where I am. But this is like a great way to compromise. You know, if you're doing a trip like this and you struggle with the heat, then find somewhere that has a lot of shade, a lot of coverage. You know, find somewhere with trees if you can. And if you guys are looking for a place to go, then come here. Maybe we can use this an agoraphobic abroad as like a travel guide for people with anxiety. So I can show you places where, you know, because I find it so difficult, I'm gonna go here. Not just to make it easy, but to say, okay, I'm being realistic. I want to keep trying and I want to push myself, but I still have anxiety and I struggle with things. So let's do it, as I say all the time, step by step. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this amazing view. And I actually am relaxing. I'm literally enjoying myself. I might go back in the water now because I got hot, but yeah. Let me know in the comments, are you going to come here? And let me know what more stuff you want to see. I'm gonna go try and get in neck deep as quick as I can. It's a little analogy about facing your fears. That was great. Oh. See, you can do it. Just dive right in. So in the same way that I just dove into the ocean like that, braving that cold water, it's the same thing when you do something, you know, to expose yourself to one of your fears. Whether that's going on the bus, a plane, a train, anything. It's the same thing. You dive in for that first few moments, it's really uncomfortable, and then you just ease into it and it actually becomes a really amazing experience and you start enjoying whatever thing it is you're doing. So we just sat down. The view here is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. And this is kind of things that you get to see when you don't let the anxiety stop you from doing what you want to do and going where you want to go. So the restaurant we're at now is called Aragona, I believe. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to eat, but I'll show you the menu and yeah, show you the food. I feel surprisingly calm, and I know that when you have anxiety, surprisingly calm is not a good feeling because you're like, what am I missing, or what's wrong, or what's gonna go wrong. It's almost as if you don't deserve to be calm. But I'm just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna let myself be calm and relaxed for the first time in a long time. Because that's one thing I found is when I do get surprisingly calm, I don't let it last long. I know that sounds weird that I don't let it, but it is like I'm used to feeling on edge and scared and something always there. And even though that's worse, it's what I'm used to. So it feels weird to let go, and I'm sure a lot of you will relate. Let me know in the comments if you relate to that and know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna try and let go. So I just got myself a beer and I ordered the spaghetti botarga. I think it's some kind of fermented fish. I don't know. We'll see. I'll show you. A lot of people talk about like, okay, doesn't alcohol make your anxiety worse? I don't drink very often, and I think there's a limit of like totally avoiding something to the point where it's like a safety behavior. The same with caffeine. I don't drink coffee, but I do love a can of Coke, and I know it's going to make me more anxious. So I will drink a beer at a time like this, or I might have one on the weekend. But typically, I don't drink alcohol every day, especially not in the week. That's just the way I do it. But yeah, a little sidetrack. Let's see how the food turns out. I'm a little nervous about my order because, especially when I'm in a new place, I'll stick with things that I know because it's just simpler for me. And already eating, I get really angsty eating, and my throat gets tense, and I have this fear of swallowing or whatever. And I'm not going to think about it now. So I usually eat something very easy that I know, and I've ordered something completely that I have never tried. So I'm a little worried, but this is the point I document this to see how it turns out. That's the monkfish appetizer.
What? It's raining over there.
That's my little twitch reaction when I think I'm gonna choke. So eating is very stressful for me. I'm usually very tense, fear of choking and stuff like that, especially in an unusual situation, because I'm thinking about, an ambulance couldn't get here, certainly. So even thinking about it stressed me out, but I'm not letting that stop me. My body knows how to eat, how to swallow. So I'm just showing this to show you how I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, but I haven't actually met someone who struggles the same. And as you notice, I take a sip of water with every bite. It takes me just to chew 100 times. So now we're doing a little bit of a hike. We're in Castelsardo. Please, I'm so sorry for butchering these names. And we're going, look at this, through these little streets, and it's like up a hill. And it's like really cool in between these walls, which is great. You just can hear these animals making animal noises. I don't actually even know what animals that is. So if you want to push yourself in get a bit of outside your comfort zone, today, a day like today is perfect. So it's about 22 degrees. Oh, just give me a sec. I'm still not, I'm not good at this. My heart's racing. Oh. Okay, so my heart's racing and I got palpitations, so I'm getting a bit anxious. But okay, keep going. So I was just saying, if you want to push yourself, a day like today is good because, it's 22 degrees, it's nice and sunny, but it's not too hot and there's a breeze and everything. Oh God, we're gonna go up here. There's a breeze, so it's not so bad. And if you have anxiety, you have agoraphobia, you do want to get yourself out of the comfort zone. Just make sure you don't choose, a really hot day to do something like this. If you're a hot day, then do what I did the other day, like going on the beach and stuff like that, okay? So, okay, so we're coming to an amazing view now. I want to show you. Oh, see, I pushed through that one. That was good. There we go. So let me show you. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. Okay. And again, as always, one step at a time. Oh, it's doing all right. And one thing, guys, I'm doing this, guys, for you because everyone looks when I have this microphone and this handheld thing on my phone, so it's not fun. It's a little embarrassing for me, but I know you guys want to see this. See someone, like you, who's going through the same thing. And I literally just got off the phone with my doctor telling me, because I was like, to ask him about something about getting a dog. And I just got off the phone asking about, and it was just, reminded me that, all these ectopic beats they happen, but they don't mean anything. He even said it's what's meant to happen because my body is getting that adrenaline going, which can make it happen. Oh Lord. So a bit of exercise. Doesn't hurt. Feels uncomfortable at times, but it's just uncomfortable. Yeah, so it's just hot enough that it's warm, that it's uncomfortable, so it's still, I'm pushing myself, but it's cool enough that, it's not overwhelming. I'm not just gonna have a complete Well, I might have a panic attack, but I'm not, you know, it's not unbearable that even, you know, normal people will struggle. I think if you struggle with this kind of stuff, wear light clothing. I think it does make a difference. I was wearing a black shirt the other day and you can really feel the heat absorption a lot more. So I love prickly pears. I always wanted to see one in the wild. That's so cute. Okay. It's getting a little hot for my liking, so I think we're gonna go to a beach. Get in the water, cool down. Alright, I got a bit lost. It's a lot of windy roads. I couldn't find the car and I started freaking out a little bit. Because it's getting hot now. And I've been walking around for ages, but I think we found it. But even if we didn't find it, it'd be okay. Because I'm just over exaggerating the heat stroke risk. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Yes, that's the car. Click, click. Oh. Let's go. Called Stintino, and we're in an area called La Pelosa. I think that's what the beach is called. And you can see behind me, it's the most beautiful clear waters. And we've come to this little resort called Club SA, and they have basically these nice umbrellas and seats that you can buy to sit at the beach. And the really good thing, especially for me with the anxiety, I always want to have, you know, quick access to the car or quick access to somewhere inside and cool. There's a lot of shaded areas around here. There's some trees that I'll show you on the screen. And also the distance to where you park the car is really easy. So you literally park the car and across the road, you just walk into this area. So a benefit about this also that I found is, you know, it might be, you know, depending on your price range, I think it's pretty good. So for me, I pay what I call the anxiety tax, which is I pay a little bit extra for comfort. So I don't always have enough money for stuff like that. But if you're planning this ahead, you know that, okay, it's 30 euros for the third row seats, 35 for the middle, and 40 for rows at the front. I'd actually probably be on the third row because it's more close to the shade. So that was fine. And it was 30 euros for both of us. So for 2 seats under an umbrella. And you're going to be spending your time in the water anyway, or maybe under the shade. And all the seats have this little shade thing that you can put on top of you. So if you're traveling with anxiety, I think a place like this is the perfect place to start. You have all your comforts nearby, like the car is just a quick walk, the shade is there, you're close to the water. There's a building right there that you can go inside that has some air conditioning in there if you want to sit down, get a drink, some water. Everything's quite simple and you don't need to make a long walk to get to the beach. Now, keep in mind that those things are still safety behaviors, and over the long term, you do want to be able to not have to have those things so close by. But when you're just starting out and you're quite an anxious traveler, or you're anxious in the heat or these situations, then something like this is a good stepping stone for you to get used to this sensation of heat like I'm doing now, you know, standing here, you know, talking to you in the heat. And in the future, you can go to places that are a bit harder to reach and things like that. That's where the real beauty are. If you've seen those images of the influencers online of the caves and the, you know, the beaches in a bit more secluded area, if you want to make it to there, then this is a good place to start. And you can take it step by step. So I'm gonna go get into the water now. Actually, come, let's see what the temperature's like. So it's not too hot today, it's a pretty good temperature. Woo! The water, it feels pretty good. Oh, that's really refreshing. So I know, at least I know when I get a little bit overheated, I'll be able to jump in there and everything will be just fine. So I just want to show you a few things that I use for heat management. The heat is one of my biggest triggers when it comes to anxiety and panic attacks. So the first thing is this cooling towel. Basically, you just pour some water on there and just get it like soaked. And then you just kind of snap it like this. And what happens is, as the water is evaporating off it, it actually gets really, really cold. I like to put it around me like this, and you could wrap it around your forehead and it stays cold. Another thing I've got is one of these portable fans, and it has 3 different modes. It has a little space up here where you can pour water in it, and if you hold down this button, it's actually now spraying mist. Can you see that? So it's like spraying this mist. I don't know if the mist actually makes any difference. So the final one is a spray bottle that actually has floral water, and I just spray it out in my face, and it is just extremely cooling. This one's actually rose, and it gives you that smell. I feel the cooling sensation, and also I breathe in the smell, and that helps me to kind of shift to focus on the sense of my smell. So those are stuff that I use to help me kind of manage the heat. I'll try to see if I can not use one of these to show that I actually can handle it without them. I'll stretch the amount of time that I can go without them, because I don't want to depend on these, and I want to teach myself over time that I don't actually need all of these things. So now I'm going to go back, enjoy the rest of the day, and bring you guys with me. Today we're at a place called Summer Dream Beach Club. It's in the northwest of Sardinia, about 40 minutes from the hotel where we were staying at. And again, it's another one of these beach clubs where you can just buy like a place to sit with shade, so you don't have to have your own umbrella. There's a really nice bar and you can get some food. You have everything you need. It's a little bit smaller than the one we went to yesterday, but it seems just as nice. And today is a little bit hotter as well. But again, the distance from here to the water is really quick, and then also the car is just a few seconds walk away, so everything is really neatly located together, so it's quite easy. So we're just going to hang out here today. I'm getting already a bit hot. I think it's going to be like 27, 28, so I'm going to jump in the water to cool down. I've got my setup with my fan and my towels and everything, and yeah, it should be just a nice time to relax and chill out. Actually, I'm going to show you something as well. The water here is incredibly clear, so I'm going to just show you. Look at this, all the beaches we've been going to. Look at that. And sometimes I can see little fish floating around. There's one there, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see that fish? 2 fish. Wow. And it's warm too. It's just cool enough. It's cool enough that it'll cool you down. But then it's actually really nice and warm as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get in. Look at this view.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary, you just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you. You gotta chase it, gotta believe it, you gotta go get it for yourself. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust.